welcome to the show.
Thank you, brother.
This is Who Cares? And this is my lovely sister, Vicky.
Good morning, everyone. How are you?
So everyone's just over there.
Okay, sorry. Good morning, everyone.
So here we are. It is February the 27th, 2025. And on this show, Who Cares, I bring on friends and family who care. So the who in this case is my sister, Vicky. And we know that she's got a giant heart of gold.
Thanks.
And we're just curious. I know quite a lot about you because you've been in my life my entire life.
Absolutely.
But none of these people really probably know much about you. So tell me, big sister, why do you care?
I care. Care? Why do I care?
Yeah, why do you care about stuff?
Your well-being, your health and your well-being, what's going on in the world right now. As a senior 60 plus, I'll be 61 soon, I have found it very difficult. My rent just went up another $50 as soon as I signed my lease in April. It's been very hard to stay up on your bills, look for a job. I've been looking for work for almost a year now. Yeah, it's been really tough.
That is really tough. Tell me about some of the things that keep you busy, because you're not just by yourself in your own little world. Like, I guess what I'm curious to get at is what are you doing in the community? What are you doing in the world? What are you doing in your family to just make the world a better place while you can?
I clean houses for people when I get a chance. I go to church. CSL, Center for Spiritual Living. It's an awesome church. It makes me feel great for my hour every Sunday morning, which gets me going for the week, knowing that what's going on around you. And I just stay positive. I try, we wake up and I have a good sleep. I get my 8 hours. I go for walks in the river valley. I do lots of cooking for my neighbors.
So let's work on that a little bit, because that's a theme that we've talked about on the show. Mutual aid. I know I've talked about it with James, our old neighbor. You remember Big James from Georgia?
Yes,
absolutely. He was wonderful in making food, and you even helped us out when James and I were doing some mutual aid food preparation for people out in the community.
Absolutely.
But tell me about you making food for your family and the community and all those different experiences.
Well, it makes me feel really good that I can take an onion and a carrot and some celery and make an awesome pot of soup and feed 10 people, all my neighbors. And depends on if it's soup or a dinner. My brother and I, we take turns making meals for each other, for the family. And it's awesome. Like, I don't know what else to say.
Well, I have to ask, what's for supper tonight, Vic?
Shepherd's pie.
All right, good old shepherd's pie.
Homemade shepherd's pie, I believe.
So tell me about, so you mentioned shepherd's pie, you mentioned soup.
Stew and dumplings, chicken.
So these are all meals that, you can kind of use a bunch of variety of different ingredients and kind of put something together, and then it gives you something of volume which you can then share away.
You open up your fridge and you decide what you can do and make, and you take it from there.
But some people might be wondering, you're a little on the poor side, right? You're not working.
Absolutely.
Your rent's just gone up.
Absolutely.
Housing security is a serious issue.
You bet.
Why would you give away food then?
That's just the kind of person I am. If I can help another human being that doesn't have anything, and it makes me feel really good because they come back to me and say, oh my gosh, it was the best soup I ever ate. Like Thanksgiving. I get the carcass, I take it home, I boil it, and I create a beautiful soup out of it and pass it around.
Now, were you always this way, or is this something?
Absolutely. I was taught well to cook. I used to own my own restaurant called Vicky's Vittles out in New Sarepta for many, many years. And and I've been in the industry for so long. But again, as you're aging, health issues, hands issues. It stops you from doing certain things and our age. I never thought it would be so hard at this time in my life that you can't get a job. You can't just walk in with your resume and have an interview. You can't do that anymore. It's all AI.
It's very, very hard. You've been out of work now for
Almost a year.
a year.
March 2nd will be 1 year.
So how many interviews have you had?
3.
Ooh.
That's it.
And I've been unemployed for 6, 7 months. I think I've had two interviews in that time.
And we never got the job.
I never got the jobs.
Never got the jobs.
But we're managing to keep a few ingredients in the fridge at least. We can make some suppers once
Well,
in a
you
while.
got to go to the 50% off bin at No Frills. That's the best. That's where, you can get a lot of things and make a soup out of it or a main meal. And you freeze everything. So being a single woman, I always, freeze. And then you pull out something when you don't feel like cooking.
That seems like a pretty good strategy.
Absolutely.
What's your favorite meal, or what's the favorite meal that you make for other people?
Oh, I have so many. There's lasagna. I have so many. There's not one particular. I make lasagnas. I do shepherd's pie. I make hickory barbecued ribs with scalloped potatoes. I'm into the home comfort food. When I go grocery shopping, you don't see packaged stuff on my thing. Very little. A canned vegetable here, a mushroom soup, beans for chili. I make a wicked pot of chili, I tell you. But
Now you say that this, helping people out and cooking for people is kind of something that's always been with you.
absolutely, what goes around comes around.
So is that something that you got from mom, or
I, I guess so. Our mom was generous as well, and it's just I've always tried to help in the community of some kind. I used to, be in the volunteer for the Heart and Stroke Foundation for 4 years in Calgary. I was a hockey manager for my 3 children for over 4 years. I always did things in the community, and I love Strathern Heights. I've been here almost 6 years and done a lot for our, gone to a lot of dances outside, to trivia night, to karaoke, which we just did last Friday night. So
karaoke is always fun?
absolutely.
I'm trying to figure out how we can do karaoke on the YouTube channel, but I don't know if that's gonna go over so well.
No, that's all right.
So, working in the community, volunteering, getting active, helping out with the neighbors, it gives you a lot of
Gratification.
It gives you a lot of gratification. You get that
Absolutely.
feedback. Are you getting? Is it reciprocal? Like, are you getting?
Oh, absolutely. Your neighbors, whoever I give something to, I always get something back, whether it be a loaf of bread or some cookies or another soup. Absolutely. We all share. We're all trying to survive and just stay healthy. And your mental health is everything. I have days that I struggle, but you got to get out of bed. You got to start the day. You just do. Life is you take it as it is, and so it is.
So what do you like? Is it just self-dialogue? You're kicking yourself in the ass. It's like, come on, Vic, get out of bed. Let's get this day going. I know it's not the best day.
Correct. You can't dwell on things you cannot change, and you just have to go forward, and survive. I'm a survivor and a thriver. That's all I can say.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. So any plans coming up this week, or for the rest of what's left of winter? What's happening in the community? What's got you stoked?
Jeez, I'm not sure. A funeral, a women's chat circle group Saturday morning at CSL from 10 to noon. Looking forward to that. I've never been to one, and women sit around a circle and talk and share feelings and struggles and
Pardon me for a minute. That's hardly novel. A
well,
circle of women sitting around.
they have a men's circle as well.
Oh, I've been called out.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I don't know if that's really for me.
You don't know until you go. You just, it's, we dance and sing. One of the first dances we get up to is James Brown, I Feel Good. And it just starts it all off.
Nice.
Yeah.
And have you met any new friends or
Oh,
old
absolutely.
friends?
Lots of people. I get lots of compliments on how I'm up dancing and get the crowd going and just my well-being, my energy. I am a very I'm an outgoing person. I'm an extrovert most days.
Yes, Vicky is very outgoing, and we love that about her. And in the community, always coming out to the different events and being very supportive. And again, taking care of us. Providing a lot of meals and often even helping out with some house cleaning from time to time.
Absolutely.
And this is something that both of us, we've even done a little bit of contract work, doing some odd jobs in the community, helping people out in that regard, and also trying to earn a little bit of extra income.
For those bills that keep coming. You bet. You bet.
So Strathern Heights, the rent isn't terrible here, but you mentioned that the rent is going up. What are you going to do?
I'm on a list to see lower income housing, but again, our generation right now, there's a lot of people in need, really in need. I haven't had to go to the food bank in a while, which because when I call, the lines are so full that you have to call back, and then you're already out for that 2 weeks until something comes up in your area, unless you go straight downtown. But I know there's more people out there that are struggling more than I am. So, and I do have my brother and I do have my friends, and we all just share. Like, if we can give a meal to each other and be blessed. Like, I'm blessed that I wake up and I'm alive.
There you go. So count your blessings. I think that's a very good
absolutely.
lesson.
You gotta try to stay positive, even though, like I said, I struggle. I absolutely. But I'm not going to let it beat me down, and I just stay in positive.
That's very good
And
advice.
we have nice sunny days. Gloomy days aren't good for me. I don't like gloomy days, but I sure like sunshiny days.
And it is, if I peek out the window, it is very lovely out today.
Absolutely.
You said it's a little bit windy.
Well, we're going to get up to 70 kilometers an hour today.
Wow.
At some point.
That's breezy.
That's breezy.
And with those slippery sidewalks, I guess if it's plus, what are we at?
It's
plus
melting
7 or
right
something?
now. There's lots of water, lots of huge puddles in our neighborhood right now. So, but we need the melting. We need the moisture, everything to grow, and can hardly wait to put out my garden or my flowers in front of my apartment.
So that's another way that people are sort of interacting and helping out one another with regards to food and just general joy and companionship is the gardening.
Yes, absolutely. The neighborhood gardening plot where everybody can rent a plot for $20, and you do. Neighbors share. If they've got extra stuff, they say, please go ahead, have a carrot, have a tomato, have an onion. I have raspberries out my back door that were planted there over 20 years ago. And I share with all my neighbors. It's awesome.
Yes, very delicious raspberries out your back door.
I get many containers. Many, 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 many containers.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, here we are, what are we at, 15 minutes in? That's not bad. How are you feeling about this
Okay.
video experience
sorry.
with
All right. I keep looking at the wrong camera.
So we got another monitor right in front of us just to add confusion to the mix because
Right.
for whatever reason I need to record on the camera plus on the computer and then try and mix those things together.
All right. I felt a little nervous, but I'm calm and relaxed and a-okay.
Nice. So what's going on just for the rest of the day? You said you got shepherd's pie on the go. Like how's that? How long does that take to cook?
Oh, 25 minutes.
Oh wow.
Preparation time, 20 minutes. You boil your potatoes, cook your meat up with your vegetables, your onions, your garlic, and your sauce, and your vegetable, peas, carrots, whatever you want. It's basically whatever in your fridge or freezer. And I choose to buy frozen vegetables because they last a whole lot longer for your money than buying something and you have to eat it up within that 1 or 2 days. And if you don't eat it, well, then I freeze it in the freezer and make it for stock and soup broth. So I never,
delicious.
yeah, my freezer's just full of onion pieces and celery ends and peppers and even my Brussels sprouts, the outsides and all
So
the
you're
ends.
saving,
I save
so you're
everything.
saving all the cuttings when you're doing your veg
Absolutely.
prep. You put those aside, and then those get
Correct.
turned into another meal.
Correct. I will make it into a broth.
Nice. That sounds really delicious.
Yes, absolutely.
Shouldn't be talking about delicious shepherd's pie when Kelly hasn't even had his brekkie yet.
Me is not as well.
But that's okay. We'll get something to eat here shortly. What else? What else do you want to talk about?
I don't know. Goodness. That's a hard question. I don't know. I'm not into politics, so I don't dare. But it is tough. It's affecting everyone in one way or another. Like, that's all I can say. Like, we are all struggling in one way or another about what our society and what's going on and how, we have to, it's a struggle. But be positive, stay positive, eat well, sleep well. You got to make sure you get your 8 hours in. That's for sure.
This is
No
important.
matter if I'm not working, I still go to bed a good time and I get up early and they say go outside and get that first 5 to 10 minutes of sunshine on your face. It really works. It truly does.
That sounds
Because
like
I
a
have
great.
the sunshine out my back door first thing in the morning. And when I wake up, it's right there. And I go, oh, wow, it's nice out. It's going to be a beautiful day.
Is it coming through your bedroom window at this time of
Correct.
year now?
Correct.
Nice.
Yeah.
So we're coming up on the
Soon.
equinox.
We're getting a few, 5 minutes each every day? More sun, more daylight.
I'm glad you brought up politics, and I know that you're not really into it. You don't follow it a whole bunch. We don't have a whole ton of.
I don't vote. Sorry.
Not
Tell you
entirely
that right
true. I
now.
dragged her to the polls once.
Correct.
When I was running, it's like, Vic, you got to vote for me.
I did. The Green Party. I
So that was
shouldn't
good.
say that. Yes.
But I guess the point that I was trying to make is that despite the fact that you're not really following it, it's not really your jam, you're not really into it, but you feel it, like it affects you.
Oh, absolutely. I watch the news every day, and it's just so hard to understand it that I see what's going on, but I cannot give anybody my vote. It's just too hard to understand it all.
I would argue that this isn't a terrible perspective, that there's a lot of people that are like, man, I'm just not, probably half the people just check out. It's like, you know what, I'm not voting for any of these people because
I know.
none of it. And I don't think that's necessarily a terrible thing because our options are crap. But what I wanted to emphasize is that despite not being involved in the politics, like voting or whatever, for how society works, you are actually making a very positive impact in society and in our community. Just by your very nature, just through mutual aid, helping people out, being neighborly, right? You're very open and friendly for anybody that you see on the street or walking by. You're always quick to offer hello and have a conversation, and
That's how we're supposed to be. Like, be kind. Be kind. Be kind to one another. If somebody needs a helping hand, you try to be there for them.
that's beautiful advice, and it transcends the political sort of different political camps that people are in that can kind of block you off from your friends and your neighbors.
True. I'm not on Facebook either. I don't do social media. I am so old-fashioned. I don't even have internet or Wi-Fi or own a computer. I got a phone. Guess that's all I need.
Got the phone. You got your nightly news, so you can keep track with a little bit of
Pay
current
for my
events.
TV. You might as well watch it all you can.
And despite not having Facebook or being on social media, you're not deprived. You're able.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I couldn't care a flying frick.
But I mean, like you stay in contact with your family, your kids, and your
absolutely.
grandkids, and all your friends, and
You got a library close by. I got my brother if I need anything. Yeah. I live a simple life, and that's the way it should be. Be simple.
be simple. You'll be maybe surprised to learn that in one day, tomorrow, I am deleting my Facebook account.
Wow. Wow. That's really strong of you to do.
Maybe. Since making the decision, I'm regretting it a little bit because I see, those are all our family is all on there. So, different family events and birthdays and deaths and different things you're finding out through there, different milestones. And so there's that. It's nice to
Correct.
stay, but there's so much toxic garbage, and
Correct.
it's just the disappointing and mind-numbing harm that comes from that platform just far outweighs any positive benefit anymore.
Correct.
So as part of a protest, you may not have heard of it, but they may have mentioned it on the news. February 28th is a day of resistance, so it's called an economic blackout down in the United States, and some Canadians are participating by not giving their money to large American retailers or whatever. And I thought, well, that was a good day to celebrate that. I'll delete my Facebook account for the end of February.
And how long have you had that Facebook account?
Cripes, 14, 15 years.
Wow. Yeah, there's just so much. You got a phone. That's technology. You want to talk to somebody. A lot of people just text, but that's still what happened to what happened to making that phone call and actually talking to somebody and making them feel good.
I don't know about you, but I don't like answering my phone. I don't like talking on the phone. The only time I answer the phone is when you call.
Oh, well, I like talking in person. I truly do. I've learned how to text. You learn how to take pictures. You learn what the your LOL, OMG, all of that. Like, it took my granddaughter to teach me all that years ago. But hey, I'm up on it. But again, it's tough. I don't like drama. I avoid drama if possible. That's why you just live simple. Tell people you're okay, you're doing fine. If you're struggling, they know. But again, mental health, that is a big thing. And it's like I said, I have struggles, but other than that, I know life is good, and be positive and stay healthy.
Those are all very good advice, and kudos to you, Vic, for just being vocal about it, being able to talk openly about mental health struggles. Some of us might have similar struggles, but not be so comfortable to just be like, I'm struggling over here. So that's good. That's empowering. You got just a little on the other side.
This side?
Yeah, that's good. You just had let me get that, just a little lash
Okay.
sticking on there. They won't see it on the
All right.
camera, but it was bugging me.
Thank you.
I was just looking for a way to deflect away from mental health issues, but a very, very, very important issue, and it's not something that's a stranger to anybody in the community.
Right.
And we can see it. And not only does the work that you do, and you probably wouldn't even consider it work, it's just normal for you to make a meal and then offer your neighbors. Sometimes you've told me that they can smell the cooking,
Yes.
and they're knocking on your door like, "Hey, wow, that smells really good." Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it does. It makes me feel good. My neighbors, we have a complex of 4, so A, B, C, D, and I share my meals around the neighborhood. So yeah, it's like I say, what goes around comes around, and we're all here to help each other out in this time of need.
And that makes a lot of sense. That lines up perfectly with a lot of the readings that I've been doing on certain political ideologies, and even probably all the main religions all have that same basic golden rule, like do unto others, right?
Absolutely.
So that's all very important, and again, we don't have to have a particular political ideology or a particular religious belief. We just have to be a human being, be a human doing, being out in the community and realizing that, when we're helping one another, that's going to help us. It's going to make us feel good.
Absolutely.
And one day when you're a little bit light in the pantry, someone's going to come by and be like, "Hey, Vic, I got you some supper,"
Yeah.
or what have you.
Absolutely. You bet.
Well, that was very enlightening, very uplifting. I'm glad to have started my day with my big sister,
It's
Vicky.
been lovely.
Her first video with me in a long time. Well, you have been on video. Probably I took some video. This is way back in 2010
Oh, wow.
at the Craik Legion Hall,
Yes.
the Earth Day Film Festival. You were the chef and you were the organizer for that kitchen. And as it turned out, we had a huge group of youth. I can't remember the organization that was. They were a huge group of youth, and they traveled across Canada doing do-gooder work for different communities. So they'd show up en masse and be like, a couple, 3 dozen teenagers ready to go to work.
Yes, and they helped a family construct their home in the eco village
Oh, wow, excellent.
at that time.
Nice.
Yeah.
So they helped you in the kitchen. You
Yeah.
trained them on how, do food prep and different skills to use in a kitchen or a restaurant setting.
Correct. Yes, everybody followed, and it was awesome. We made big pots of soups, all kinds of. It was wonderful. That seems so long ago. I miss having a restaurant. That's for sure.
And going back even farther, of course, you had the restaurant. This is way back in,
Opened it in 1998, 99.
Wow, so that's a while back. It's more than 25 years ago now.
Correct.
Vicky's Vittles. That was in New Sarepta.
Yeah.
Delicious old food. Just imagine
Home
like
cooking.
an old style diner with the stools by the counter, a lot of stainless steel and the homey knickknacks in and around, and sort of an open concept. You could see right into the back kitchen. It was very, very lovely. Very, very nice.
Okay.
But the earliest memory of mutual aid, well, there's probably a few that are kind of combined in there. When I was just wee, and Vicky, 6, 7 years my senior, you would often be charged with taking care of the little ones. So I'm the youngest, and then there was Kevin below you, and then Loana.
Absolutely.
So 4 kids within about 6, 7 years. And so you would take care of us little kids. But the one little funny story that comes to mind is Vicky would share her gum with me. She would make sure that I would have some gum. I don't know if it was maybe she just didn't want to spit out her gum and thought maybe it'd be funny or cute, or maybe it was generosity. But it was always nice. You would take out your gum and you would give it to me. And I would chew the secondhand gum from my big sister taking care of me as a little kid.
That's pretty cute. Oh, yes, and I remember when you got hit in the head with the swing and I was taking care of you. Holy smokes. But you survived that.
You survived. I still got the scar up here somewhere.
Right.
I don't know if you, it's probably, yeah, I shouldn't do that in the camera. It's kind of gross. Sorry, guys. A little light up there. So give us a hug.
Yeah.
Thanks for being on the show.
Oh, thank you, brother.
Very nice to have you. We always got to go left to left, so it's heart to heart.
Heart to heart. That's correct. Always go heart to heart when you give a hug. We're all trained to go to the other side, but go to the left.
To the left. Heart to heart.
Left to the left, left to the left.
So on that note, I thank you, big sister Vicky, for
Thank you.
coming on to the show.
Well,
starting off this day in a very positive way.
absolutely. Absolutely. That's a number one positive word that I try to use all the time.
Excellent. And thank you guys for checking out this show. I hope there's at least one family member. There's a niece on here. I won't say her name because she likes to remain anonymous and kind of private, but there's a niece that sometimes watches my stuff, and she's encouraged more of these two people instead of just
Nice.
me on the
Okay.
show. So that's going to be good. And yeah, if you've got anything that you want to say regarding this, please do so down in the comments. And remind me, I'll let you know how that shepherd's pie turns out. Maybe I'll get a picture and we will share it on the next Who Cares video. So
Yes, I post a picture every time to my brother on the meal that I make. Just like the meal he got on his birthday. Beef stew with dumplings.
I'm just going to scroll real quick. See if I can catch a picture of some food. Oh, lots of texts. We do like to text. Oh, there's some family photos. We went for breakfast on Family Day a
Yes,
week and a
that
half ago.
To a nice new restaurant in our neighborhood, La Trim.
As promised, here is a picture of stew with some of the most amazing dumplings. Oh man, those dumplings are good. The boys really love the dumplings,
That's good.
and thank you for that. Thanks for coming on the show.
Well, everybody have a wonderful day. Stay positive. Stay true to yourself. And have a wonderful Thursday.
Thanks, Vic. You're a natural. Love to have you on the show. See you guys.
Take care.